Hey everybody, this is NJ, the host of the NJ podcast, and this is 5 Point Fridays. This is part of the Everyday series where we share insights and inspiration in the form of 5 different points. This will be related to a topic that can add value to you. Fridays is a great time to reflect on these topics because you're winding down from the week or you're getting ready to carry on grinding over the weekend. It's going to be a great time. And on today's show, we're going to talk about 5 points for better time management. Time is your most important and valuable resource. You can never get it back again once it's been lost. If someone wastes your time for the first time, don't let them waste your time for the second time because you cannot get it back. They say that time is money, so don't let somebody else make you poor. However, the person who is more prone to make you poor is yourself because of the lack of effective time management strategies. And in the world of project management, where I've worked, and in life in general, I have a very, very big appreciation for time, because if we waste time and if we procrastinate on something, we don't know the effect it will have on the outcome that we want to reach. Because if you procrastinate on something today, it can push your dream out 5-6 months, even 6 months away, or even a year. So make the most of your time investment and maximize the time. And here are some 5 points for better and more effective time management. The first point is set reminders for all your tasks. Jim Rohn said, never rely on your memory. Life can get busy. We can have multiple tasks to handle and juggle simultaneously, and we can have a lot of things on our plate, and our brain and our mind seeks efficiency. So we should aim to help our brains out as much as possible. So therefore we should set reminders for all our tasks. In Microsoft Outlook, which is a very good email suite that's out there, when you have a meeting, it can, a reminder will pop up 15 minutes before, or you can set it to 5 minutes before the actual meeting, which reminds you, which can help you in remembering, oh, by the way, there is that meeting that I need to attend. And then also when you have the task set down and a reminder pops up, because you can get distracted, life does happen. If you have that reminder, it serves to aid you to remember that there is this task that needs to happen. So set a reminder for all the tasks. You can do this on your phone, you can do this on your laptop, and this will be very, very useful. The second point is create a daily planner. Create a daily planner. I've got 3 sayings about a daily planner. Winston Churchill, who is a former British Prime Minister, said, plans are of little importance, but planning is essential. Yogi Berra is a former New York Yankees catcher. He said, if you don't know where you're going, you'll end up someplace else. And then Alan Lekin is an author, said, planning is bringing the future into the present so that you can do something about it now. A daily planner is exactly that. It is a list of tasks and priorities and time limits for things you wish to get done that specific day. And you can create it online, you can create it on your daily planning journal. However, you need to take time, 30 minutes before the day starts, to plan out how your day will go, because if you planning out your day is manifesting what is going to happen in the future. And if you have a daily plan and you're agile about it, it can make sure that you don't end up wasting time and allocating your resources and your efforts to tasks that were unplanned and that are not urgent or that are not important, because you have a plan that's set out for the day. You've got the task set out, you've got the time the task needs to be done, you've got the priority things need to be done, and also you have the dependency and the dependency that is needed for the task to be completed. So create a daily planner, and the daily planner, the key word in daily planner is daily, something and a practice that you use every day so that you don't end up wasting time, and you are much better efficient in your time management. And once you have a daily planner, you can say to someone who wants some time from you, if they want to set up a meeting for you at 2 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and they say, do you have time? Without a daily planner, you can not really be genuine about whether you've got time, yes or no. But when you have a daily planner, you can say, I've got this appointment, I've got this task to do between this time, and hence I can accommodate you for X amount of time in the afternoon. It helps you to manage other people's expectations, helps you to manage yourself, and more importantly, it allows you to know what to say no to. The third point is give each task a time limit. Give each task a time limit. Joel Griffith said, a goal is nothing more than a dream with a time limit. Howard Staunton said, the penalty for exceeding the time limit is the forfeiture of the game. If you have a time limit to a certain task, it sets a certain sense of urgency to completing the task. If you allocate an hour to setting up meetings or planning ahead or creating the report or doing your sales call, it allows you to focus and zero in for that hour or 2 hours or 30 minutes, whatever the time limit is, to focus on that task and to say at the end of the time limit, I stop and I move on to the next task. What that allows you to do, allows you to focus in, zero in, and work with a sense of urgency. If you don't have a time limit to something, you may be more nonchalant and more casual with your time, and this will be a way that you end up losing time. So set a time limit for your tasks. Time limits are important in football matches, basketball games. They are important in all your major sports events. Why? Because if you are good within the time limit, you can be the most effective person. So be sure to set a time limit and set a realistic time limit, okay? And so if you set a time limit, you can also take a retrospective to say, it took me 5 minutes or even an hour to get this task done, so that when you do your forward planning and you do the task again, you can say, it took me an hour in the past to do this task, so it's going to take me an hour now. Or I've become more efficient at this task, I can now scale it down to 45 minutes, 30 minutes. Allows you to do that forward planning, allows you also to take a good retrospective. So setting a time limit to each task is fantastic. The fourth point on how to better manage your time is to block out distractions. Tony La Russa said, there are always distractions if you allow them. The best way for you to block out distractions is to know what is important and what is not important, and what will divert your focus from the end goal. I heard of an employee who was so focused and so zeroed in on their tasks that anybody who came up to them to say, you need to have over the water cooler gossip or just coming to distract them, this employee would say, listen, you're ruining my career. I'm trying to get ahead. I'm working on something. I'll speak to you later. Go and ruin someone else's career, not mine. A bit harsh, but I understand what they're saying. You stop other people, put the boundary in place to say, don't distract me while I am working. Another way you can block out your distraction is to put your phone away. Turn off the notifications and close all tabs that are there. Set a timer and when you're doing the task, and then just really focus in and zero in on it. On your door or on your cubicle or wherever it is that you're working, put a do not disturb sign. Old and classic, but it does work. Just say that for the next couple of hours, I do not want to be distracted, and clear up your environment. Make sure your environment is clean. Put some order to your environment so it will block out the distractions that are there. It's difficult to do so, but it's very important to maximizing your time investment. The fifth point on how to better manage your time is to establish a routine. John C. Maxwell said, you will never change your life until you change something you do daily. The secret of your success is found in your daily routine. This means doing certain things over and over again at a certain time. Waking up at the same time. The best in the world wake up at 5 a.m. They join the 5 a.m. club. Exercising at a certain time. eating at a certain time, having certain key meetings at a certain time, and going to sleep at a certain time. And if you get into the routine of writing for a certain number of hours or performing a certain craft at a certain time for a certain amount of hours, and you get used to having your body and your brain being more efficient, that's when you stop wasting time. Because if your efforts and your day is haphazard, where you don't have a set routine for certain things, I know things are agile, things can change, but if you have a set routine for certain things like waking up at a certain time, going to sleep at a certain time, eating at certain times, and doing certain things at a certain time, and building that routine and making sure that you're doing the most effective tasks during that routine, you can better manage your time. I hope that you enjoyed this episode of 5 Point Fridays, where we talked about how to better manage your time. As we talked about them, the 5 points are: set reminders for all your tasks, create a daily planner, give each task a time limit, block out distractions, and establish a routine. If you enjoyed this episode, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in any books and merchandise, please head over to the website. Let me know which of these 5 points you think are the best time management strategies that you can employ. Have a fantastic Friday. Know how to use these 5 points for better time management. Time is your most important resource, and I will see you on the next episode.